Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going over yet another monster from the Monster Manual of Dungeons & Dragons 5e. I'm going to be doing these review videos a little bit differently now, and be showing you what's on D&D Beyond while I read from the Monster Manual here to the side, so you guys can see the stats and have a little bit more to look at while I am talking. But animated armor is kind of a cool concept in my opinion. So animated objects are crafted with potent magic to follow the commands of their creators. When not commanded, they follow the last order they received to the best of their ability and can act independently to fulfill simple instructions, which is kind of cool. To me, it reads off as if you have some type of, like, I don't know, a necromancer or an evil wizard, they can have animated armor essentially be servants for them. And I think that's kind of cool, kind of a good minion concept, right? Different from like goblins or skeletons or zombies or whatever it may be. If you want something with a little bit more bulk, which this creature does have a good bit of bulk with 18 armor class for natural armor and 33 or 68 plus 6 hit points, then you could certainly go with some animated armor. I think that would be fun to have an evil wizard have multiple, sets of animated armor, maybe even from, adventures that he's defeated in the past, which I think could be kind of a cool concept as well. But continuing on here, some animated objects, including many of those created in the Feywild, might converse fluently or adopt a persona, which I think is very cool as well. You can definitely have a lot of fun with that, but most are simple automatons. An animated object doesn't require food, air, drink, or sleep. The magic that animates an object is dispelled when the construct drops to 0 hit points. An animated object reduced to 0 hit points becomes inanimate and is too damaged to be of much use or value to anyone. So you can't loot animated armor, essentially. Like, you can't take the armor that was animated. It's too damaged, won't be able to do anything with it, essentially. Like, maybe you could probably take the weapon that it was using if it does have one, but still, an interesting creature nonetheless. Empty shell of steel armor clamors as it moves, heavy plates banging and grinding against one another like the vengeful spirit of a fallen knight. Ponderous but persistent, this magical guardian is almost always a suit of plate armor. Animated armor is frequently enchanted with scripted speech. That's kind of fun as well. So, like, if you have an evil wizard, you can have them essentially, maybe relay messages into the animated armor if they're setting them out to encounter a party and you're running as the dungeon master. You can have the big bad evil wizard that you're running have messages in the animated armor, which I think is kind of fun. You've also got flying swords. A flying sword dances through the air, fighting with the confidence of a warrior that can't be injured. Swords are the most common weapons animated with magic. Axes, clubs, daggers, maces, spears, and even self-loading crossbows, which I think is pretty sick in my opinion, are also known to exist in the animated object form. So also with this, armor can utter warnings, passwords, riddles. Rare suits of animated armor are able to carry on an actual conversation. Again, I think you can have a lot of fun with that, in my opinion. Another piece of animated weaponry, let's say, it is a rug of smothering, essentially very much like a flying sword, so to speak. So, there's a lot of fun that you can do with this. There really is. I think out of all the animated objects, I think the animated armor is the most interesting. There are a couple of other interesting ones in there as well, like with the flying sword and the rug of smothering. But all in all, the most versatile one that I enjoy here is the animated armor, is where you can send messages and have these suits of armor essentially be minions for an evil wizard and carry out commands or possibly even conversations as well, depending on how powerful you want this wizard to be. So I like that a lot. Taking a look at the stats here, challenge rating of 1, 200 XP. Again, I think it's a very good foot soldier type of creature for somebody immune to poison and psychic damage. Cannot be blinded, charmed, deafened. You guys can see everything on there, right? It's got a lot of condition immunities, a couple of damage immunities. It has blind sight, which is blind beyond 60 feet, a passive perception of 6. It says languages 0. It doesn't know any languages, but like technically you can have it speak certain languages if you relay those messages into the armor, or if it's a powerful enough of an enchantment, it seems like. Couple of other interesting things here. The armor is incapacitated while in an area of anti-magic fields. So that could be one way that you can really take care of these guys. If it's targeted by Dispel Magic, that's another way to do it as well. It will fall unconscious for only 1 minute, so it will get back up, which is important to note. And of course, it does look like normal armor, until it starts moving. If it's motionless, it looks like normal armor. You've seen that trope in movies and shows and video games like that in the past as well. It has 2 melee attacks, 2 slam attacks, some good stats on there as well. Looks like it can do about 10 damage on its turn, or 1d6 plus 2, for a max of 16 damage per turn as well. So this is a fun little creature, man. This is a fun, powerful foot grunt type of monster, in my opinion. The Aarakocra, which we talked about in a separate video, again, those have some fun abilities in terms of being able to summon certain things like air elementals, which we'll talk about in other videos. But animated armor I like a lot, just because it is powerful enough to where it's got some juice to it, right? Like if your party's going up against 5, 6 suits of animated armor, and let's say they're all like level 2, something like that, be a heck of a fight. It'd be a fun fight, and you can use it a lot in like a haunted mansion setting, Ravenloft and whatever else is going on, or if you just want to create your own campaign and you have a lot of animated suits of armor running around as foot soldiers. I think that's fun as well. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this down in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. As always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now. See you soon.